My name is Nova and I'm a sneaker reseller. Join me in my journey where I turn hype sneakers into riches. We did get 2 shoes in the mail today, Midnight Navy from a restock and the UNCs. Yesterday I copped a couple of Jordan 1 silver toe restocks to drop tomorrow, which are Yeezy 700s. Yes. Oh, I got one on Prism. What the? Alright, so I ended off the day with 2 so far, but I would be lying if I said I wasn't disappointed in myself for this drop. The good thing that I can take away from this though. Yesterday, Yeezy 700s restocked on Shopify and I managed to get a single pair, which is actually really good considering that the restock was tiny. Speaking of Yeezy 700s, these came in the mail today. I didn't realize how similar it looked to the original Yeezy 700 Statics. It basically just looks like an aged version, which is absolutely amazing. And you know what, I do have to say I am very happy about the fact that they reduced the prices for these. Normally these would retail at 300 bucks, but that's not the case, thankfully. That being said, it makes me pretty bummed out that I flopped as hard as I did when these initially released, so it is what it is. You're not going to win all of them. We do have a very minor release today. DTLR is going to be dropping some dunks. Now I wouldn't be surprised at all if the stock numbers for these dunks are like under 20 for each model. I'm really hoping that's not the case, but that being said, it would not surprise me at all, which basically means these would be impossible to get unless you get really lucky. That's just a guess, but let's hope we actually have a chance.
B&B on the track.
Took a little bit more of a look into the errors that I was getting, and processing handling errors just basically means that it went out of stock while you were in the processing stage, which is basically the very last step before it says checkout. So yeah, as I mentioned before, basically impossible to get. Maybe if they had like 10 more stock, I would have been able to cop. It's all good. A few days ago, I was able to cop some Kobe's and Jordan 1 UNCs from a couple of Shock restocks. And I'm pretty proud of myself for these because these Shock restocks are actually pretty limited. So there wasn't really that many people that were able to cop from these, but I was able to, thankfully. By the way, I still hate Shock drops and Shock restocks. Probably nothing is going to change my mind about that. We did get some shoes in the mail today. Pair of silver toes size 6.5W. And we have 2 orange pearl dunks. This is a color that I could look at the whole day. If I ever see somebody walking around with these, just know I'm staring at your shoes the entire time. Tomorrow we do have a Yeezy 350 release. Newer Yeezy 350 models that are coming out, the resale prices honestly haven't been very impressive. Therefore, I'm not going to be really taking the drop seriously tomorrow, and I'm only going to go for a few select sizes, which I expect to be much more difficult to cop, but I do expect these to be more profitable than the other sizes. I'd be happy with just getting a few. If I get a lot, that would be pretty dope, but ultimately I don't think it's gonna happen. But I do hope we at least come out with something tomorrow.
Depot on the beat.
That flew. What the heck? Oh my god. Here we go. imagine if all of those were checkouts. Alright, I'm not even going to bother with that. Profit margins are way too low to be loaning them this kind of money. Each of these things is like, after taxes, around $250 that they're taking out of my bank account for a few days. Each of these payment failed, so yeah, not fun. If the margins were higher on this shoe, then maybe it would have been worth risking all of this, but I'm gonna stop it here, yo. God, bro, these lyrics, man, I can't think about this in a super high pressure situation. It's not happening. This is looking rough. The men's sizes are probably easier to get, but these sizes that I'm going for, my goodness, there's barely anything. Oh, what the? Bro, I'm still crashing. Parted one. Is that gonna check out? Please check out. Please let me get something before the day ends. Oh my god, I'm ready for some payment declines, bro. Give it to me. Boom. I wish this was working when it sale started. Right when the sale started, like, I got so many past queue, but for some reason my auto solve just wasn't doing anything. It wasn't like solving captchas, so I had to restart auto solve, and then I restarted my tasks, and then by then it was like basically too late, man. I would have to say I just got unlucky with this, being that for some reason my auto solve just did not work when I needed it to. But I suck at things so bad.
I'm all in my head, and you're not inside. What if
Don't want these anyway. Damn it. Well, that drop was a huge fail. Kinda wish that the results were better, especially because it would have been good practice for the upcoming Yeezy supply releases. We've got foam runners and we have Yeezy 700s, two extremely important releases. Am I gonna get my together before that day comes? We're gonna find out on the next episode.